our defense didn't play well. We didn't tackle well. There was a number of times we had guys in position, sometimes 2 and 3, and didn't tackle well. They are very good. What they do with their offensive line and their running backs, they're very good, and we obviously couldn't slow them down. Offensively, I thought we did some good things. I thought early in the game, the drive that we had in the first quarter, where we ended up with a field goal, was something that we were trying to do, which was control the football, keep their offense on the sideline, mix run, convert third downs. And actually in the first half, we did a good job of converting third downs. We just couldn't get the ball in the end zone, and their defensive front is there's a few plays where their defensive front was back there before Puma got to set up. But I did think Malik came in and gave us some energy and some fire, and we wanted to make sure that the second series he was in, that we threw the ball, not just ran the option stuff. I've been seeing him throw it better in practice and snapping his wrist and being accurate, so it was good to see that show up on the game. As far as special teams go, Hassan Hall had a great game for us, obviously. The kickoff return was very well blocked, as was the previous one. He was one cut away from the previous one to getting a touchdown. I think he cut the wrong way, but he corrected it the second time and beat the kicker, and really did a really nice job. Very special player, very talented guy that's going to continue to get better and help us. Short week, so we're getting ready for Friday night, go to Syracuse. Their offense is very explosive. They score a lot of points up there in the dome inside. A quarterback that we know well, that can do a lot, run the ball, throw the ball, get the ball out of his hand quick. So that's a great challenge for us. Offensively, we're going to have to execute and score points and keep up with them. So, but we are looking forward to it. Our guys came out and practiced hard, had good attitude, and had good effort at practice. And it was nice out there. I think being in the stadium, change of temperature and everything made it good for us to get out and practice. So, with that, I'll just open up for questions.
How do you get better this week on defense?
Yeah, we've got to be able to tackle, so we're working really hard on that. And some of it was just not bringing our feet with us and being in good positions. We got to take better angles. I think sometimes when you're going against a guy like number 9 who's that fast, the angles changed quick. He's a very dynamic running back. He can do a lot of things. But that's one thing we've got to do. We've got to keep the ball in front of us. That's real important that we keep the ball in front of us. And one of the challenges this week is how fast they play. They're going to play as fast as anyone that we've went against. And, Eric Dungy knows how to execute that offense and work it. So we've got to be able to keep it in front of us and, not give up the great big explosive plays. You got to be able to stop the big plays and get them to 3rd and long. That's been killing us, that we haven't been able to get them into 3rd and long. I don't think they had anything higher than 3rd and 8 the other day. Most of them were all 3rd and short, 3rd and medium. You need to get them into 3rd and long so you can try to get some pressure.
As you watch the video from Clemson, are you comfortable with the level of effort your defense gave?
Yeah, there are some plays that you'd like to see better effort. Obviously, there was some frustration that set in there in the second half, but it wasn't something where I felt like they just gave in. I think they got frustrated at times and we got out of position at times. But I didn't feel like they just gave in. The defensive front was working hard to try to get their hands and get in the right position. The linebackers got covered up by their guards and tackles, and we weren't able to get the right angles by our safeties to get the plays. So, but certainly it's hard when you're giving up that many points. That's something that you're not used to doing.
But were you pleased with what Puma did? And then after that, talk about Jordan's progression. He seems like he came a long way from the last time we saw him.
Malik.
Malik, yeah.
Yeah, Puma did some good things, but he missed a few too. There was a few that after he got hit and they rushed him and he didn't set a few times. where he could have completed the ball, even though there was some pressure, you know, and that's another learning thing that you have to do, is be able to set and transfer. But their defensive front wore him down a little bit, you know, they hit him and they sacked him. And I felt like, you know, I wanted to keep him in there to make him get that experience, but at the same time it was okay, you know, we were talking the whole third quarter about, should we give him one more series, should we get Malik in, what should we do? But I did think that he did some good things on third down, and he did understand what was going on. But the pressure was a lot, you know, the defensive front, when they had their starters in there on the defensive front, you know, there was pressure on the quarterback a lot.
And you spend most of your time with the offense calling the plays. When the defense is struggling like it is, what direction have you given Coach Van Gorder in conversations? Yeah,
we talked early, first thing on Sunday morning, and you know, we talked about what we needed to do to try to get the ball to stay in front of us, what we needed to do to tackle, you know, trying to figure out how to get guys in different position. Is it, you know, do we try to use, you know, different personnel, new personnel, put them in different positions? I mean, there's all kinds of things that we discussed and talked about. You know, it is one of those things that if you keep changing things, then you never get better.
Mm-hmm.
So you do try to keep, you know, some understanding of what it is we do, and try to work to get better at it. But we're gonna have to give some different looks, you know, and particularly this week, because you know, they got 4 fast receivers that they'll play out there, and they throw it around, so we're going to have to give some different defensive looks.
Talked about what to do better, how to keep guys in front of you. What are the answers? What did you come up with?
Yeah, a lot of it is vision, you know, a lot of it is understanding of what's going on out there and taking the right angles. So, you know, we had some vision issues where we weren't really looking at the offensive tackles, read and run and pass. And that hurt us.
Probably on the